Glory to Jesus Christ. So in this one, we're going to talk about natural family planning, or NFP. So as Catholics, we understand that sex between a man and his wife is both a unitive and procreative act. So it's twofold. It's unitive in that it helps build the loving bond between a man and his wife, because a man and his wife become one flesh. That's how our body is designed. But it's also procreative in that it allows us to participate and cooperate in God's creation process. We know that God creates humans, God creates eternal souls, but He allows a man and his wife to participate in that through the unitive marital act. And it's immoral to separate the two. The Catholic Church generally considers it immoral to separate the two using things like contraception or IVF and things like that, because you need both. You need the unitive and the procreative. Now, there may be situations where the Church might allow exceptions to that. That would be between you and your priest and the Church, depending on your certain circumstances. But generally, you want to have the unitive and procreative together. When you use contraception, you are taking part of that away. When you use something like IVF, you are taking part of that away. Again, everyone's situation is different, and this is something that you really need to discuss with a priest if you have certain circumstances that may need to be looked at. But the Catholic Church also understands that there are situations where maybe having a child or having another child is not the ideal thing at that current moment, or maybe you want to increase your chances of having a child. So through that, we have natural family planning. Natural family planning uses various systems. There's different kinds of NFP, different methods. There's Marquette, Creighton, a lot of them. There's a lot of them, and you can learn them from instructors. You can look it up. There's courses you can take. But basically, what it does is it monitors changes in the woman's body during the month to help determine when she is the most fertile or the least fertile. And this can be used to help determine when she is least likely to get pregnant or when she is most likely to achieve pregnancy. NFP is very important, and there are many dioceses in the Catholic Church that actually require at least getting a familiarization of NFP as part of seeking the sacrament of matrimony. So when you're going through marriage prep through the Catholic Church, you will likely, depending on your diocese, be required to take some form of education on NFP to at least get a familiarization of it, maybe learn a method. It depends on your diocese. But that's what NFP is. It's a way to either help control the possibility of getting pregnant or increase the possibility of pregnancy without crossing the kind of immoral lines that you risk crossing when you use things like contraception or IVF or things like that. Again, every situation is different. If you have a certain set of circumstances that need to be discussed, talk about it with your priest, talk about it with your doctor, and find out what is going to be the best method for you to help get through your situation while still remaining within the faith and morals of the Catholic Church. Glory to Jesus Christ.